The year was 2026, and the small mountain town of Ravenshade sat under a constant blanket of fog, its cobblestone streets echoing with whispers of old superstitions. The villagers spoke in hushed tones of beasts that roamed the forests during the full moon. To outsiders, it was folklore. To the people of Ravenshade, it was survival. Arrival of Elias Carter. On a storm-ridden autumn evening, Elias Carter arrived in town. A historian by profession, he had spent years studying forgotten manuscripts, tracing rumors of curses across Europe. His last lead brought him to Ravenshade, where an ancient journal hinted at a bloodline cursed to transform under the light of the full moon. What Elias didn't confess to the innkeeper who offered him a room was that the journal had once belonged to his great-grandfather, and that Elias himself carried scars he couldn't explain. For months, Elias had suffered blackouts coinciding with the full moon. He would awaken covered in mud, claw marks carved into his skin, and the metallic taste of blood on his tongue. He feared what he already knew. The curse was real, and it was in his veins. The first full moon. 3 nights after Elias's arrival, the full moon rose. Villagers bolted their doors, scattered wolfsbane across thresholds, and prayed through trembling lips. Elias, determined to prove or disprove his affliction, chained himself inside his room at the inn. He kept a journal close, swearing to record what happened. As the moon reached its zenith, his body convulsed. Bones cracked like brittle branches, skin stretched, nails elongated into claws. His screams twisted into guttural growls until nothing human remained. The chains snapped as though they were thread. The beast that was Elias leapt into the night, fur bristling silver in the moonlight, eyes glowing with feral hunger. In the forest, a hunter never returned home that night, and his torn remains were discovered at dawn. The villagers murmured, "The beast of Ravenshade has returned." Dr. Mira Lang. Among the villagers was Dr. Mira Lang, an occult historian. She had studied the werewolf legends of Eastern Europe for years and recognized the signs. After the hunter's death, she confronted Elias. "I know what you are," she whispered, sliding a leather-bound tome across the inn's table. Inside were drawings of sigils, incantations, and the mark of a bloodline cursed centuries ago. The Carter family crest stared back at him. Elias's hands trembled. "It's me," he admitted, voice breaking. "I can't stop it. Every full moon, I lose myself." Mira leaned closer. "Then we must break the curse before the next moonrise. Or Ravenshade will burn you alive." The village turns. Word spread quickly. Sheriff Marlowe, the lawman sworn to protect Ravenshade, grew suspicious of the stranger in town. The villagers, fear swelled into hatred. Old women spat at Elias when he walked past, children hid behind their mothers, and men whispered of silver bullets. The atmosphere thickened with tension. Elias felt their stares like daggers. But Elias also discovered he was not alone. A man named Lucian Black approached him under the cloak of night. His movements were graceful, almost predatory. "You think you are cursed," Lucian said, his voice smooth as silk. "But the beast is not a punishment, it is power." Lucian revealed himself as a shapeshifter, one who embraced the wolf within. He offered Elias a choice: accept the curse and rule the night alongside him, or waste away searching for a cure that did not exist. Elias recoiled, torn between temptation and horror. The oracle's prophecy. Mira and Elias sought answers from the oracle, a blind woman who lived in the forest's edge. Her hut smelled of herbs and smoke, and her eyes, though clouded, seemed to pierce. "The soul. The curse cannot be destroyed," she murmured. "It can only be transferred. Blood for blood. To be free, the beast must devour one of its own kin beneath the final full moon." Elias's stomach churned. His only living relative was his estranged younger brother, Daniel, far from Ravenshade. Would he sacrifice blood to save himself? The oracle's last words rang in his mind: "To kill kin is to kill yourself. The wolf will live on, even if you do not." The penultimate hunt. As the second full moon of Elias's stay approached, the villagers armed themselves. Sheriff Marlowe forged silver bullets, priests blessed daggers, and men prepared hunting parties. Elias, desperate, worked with Mira to unearth an ancient ritual hidden in the ruins outside town. Symbols carved into the stones hinted at a sealing rite, but it required a sacrifice. That night, as the moon rose, Elias chained himself again, this time within the ruins, while Mira stood ready to complete the ritual. But Lucian intervened. "Why fight it?" Lucian snarled, transforming before Mira's eyes. "You are wasting your gift." The battle between wolf and wolf shook the ruins. Claws slashed stone, teeth tore into flesh, and Mira chanted the ancient incantations as the ground trembled. Elias, half beast, half man, found himself at the crossroads of choice: devour Lucian and claim power, or allow Mira to bind the beast within him forever. The final moonrise. The last full moon of the year bathed Ravenshade in silver. Elias stumbled back to town, covered in blood but alive. Lucian's fate was uncertain. His body vanished into the forest, leaving only crimson trails. Mira prepared the final rite, but the villagers, led by Sheriff Marlowe, stormed the ruins. "Monster!" Marlowe shouted, raising his rifle. "This ends tonight." But before he could fire, the transformation seized Elias once more. The wolf within refused to be caged. His howl shattered the night, and chaos erupted, villagers scattering, some fighting, some fleeing. Myra's voice rose above the screams as she completed the ritual. Flames burst from the sigils carved into the earth, encircling Elias. For a moment, his human face flickered through the beast's snarl. "Finish it," he roared. "Seal me away before I kill them all." The ground split open, swallowing Elias into a pit of fire and stone. The sigils glowed bright, then faded to ash. Silence fell over Ravenshade. The beast was gone. Epilogue. Months passed. Ravenshade rebuilt, though scars lingered. Sheriff Marlowe kept silver bullets close, fearing the curse might return. Mira left the village, carrying Elias's journal with her, determined to safeguard his story. Yet in the depths of the forest, on nights when the moon swelled full, a lone howl echoed faintly. Some said it was memory, others superstition. But the oracle's prophecy lingered: the wolf cannot die. It waits, patient, beneath the skin of man. And so, the curse of the full moon lived on, waiting for 2026's final winter solstice, when the boundaries between man and monster would blur once more.